I'm EZRAH, here to walk you through the day's burning issues and the biggest stories. Welcome to the Manila Times. Thousands of public transport drivers and operators are staging a nationwide protest as the government forces the traditional jeepney off the roads. Calling the jeepney modernization program anti-poor, several transport groups are pushing for the upgrade and rehabilitation of their existing jeepneys, instead of acquiring millions of peso in debt for an imported modernized jeepney. One manufacturer shows us his design of the modern jeepney, preserving its iconic look and at the same time making it more environmental friendly. Made right here in the Philippines. Here with us now is Francisco Motors owner Elmer Francisco. Magandang araw po sa inyo, sir. Welcome to Manila Times. So, Sir Elmer, tell us about your modern electronic jeepney design.
Okay, so yung design natin, we preserve the iconic look or iconic design of our Francisco jeepney. So, mukha pa rin siyang jeep. Then, what's most important is we preserve the cultural and historical significance of the jeepney. Because wherever you are in the world, when you say it's a jeepney, every person from anywhere in the world will say it's from the Philippines. So we decided to retain the design or the look of the jeepney. So aside from having this design, we modernized it, and it's compliant with the Philippine national standards, with the measurements, like we can stand up inside of the jeepney, and the entrance is at the front right side. Then we still have the emergency exit at the rear. Then we added an emergency door and also a ramp, a built-in ramp for PWDs or wheelchair passengers. Then we also have air condition, then CCTV cameras and automated fare collection system, of which the machines are provided by a company called EZRAH.
Sir, based on what you said, it seems that you've complied, you've checked all the boxes that the government requires for a modern jeepney. So you have air conditioning, the entrance is on the side, on the right side, and there's automated system, may beep payment, beep card payment. Tapos meron ding air conditioning and CCTV. So it seems like you have it all. How much does your modern e-jeepney cost, and how many passengers can it accommodate?
Yes, so for the jeepney, we really have it all because we've been building jeepneys for 76 years. So we're one of the first who've been building jeepneys. So the capacity of this jeepney, this is class 2 in my background. We have also class 3. So the class 2, the capacity is 30 passengers, 11 plus 11 seated. So they're facing each other. Then we can accommodate 8 standing passengers inside. So they can hold on the hand grabs and handrails inside. It's just like riding a train. So it's like that inside the jeep. Then our price range for this is from 1.8 million to 2 million pesos for the electric Francisco Jeep. We are still doing our best to further pull down the cost. One of the measures that we did is we have agreed with Governor Dong Padilla of Camarines Norte to locate our integrated manufacturing facility inside the special economic zone in Camarines Norte in Bicol region. So we will be providing jobs for our fellow Filipinos in Camarines Norte and nearby towns and provinces, of which hindi lang yung jeepney yung i-assemble natin doon. Even the batteries that we're developing here in Los Angeles, we will mass produce them inside our economic zone in the Philippines, and also the electric motors and all of the parts that we need to build the jeepney. Doon natin gagawin sa economic zone so that we can provide employment for our fellow Filipinos. So we have the best engineers and the best jeepney makers in the Philippines. Puro mga Pinoy yan ang gumagawa ng jeep. So we don't need to import jeepneys that are or minibuses, so to speak. They are not jeepneys, they're minibuses. So these are real jeepneys, and ang pinakamagagaling gumawa ng jeep ay mga Pinoy.
So sir, you already said it that you're currently manufacturing in Camarines Norte. Is it also possible for you to have manufacturing sites in Luzon, Visayas, in Mindanao, should the demand for your e-jeepney rise?
Actually, what we are doing before in our manufacturing facility in Las Piñas, isa lang yung pinanggagalingan ng lahat ng mga jeep na planta. So the reason why we are doing it inside the economic zone is so that we can avail of incentives, fiscal and non-fiscal incentives. Like if we import some equipment, meron tayong mga tax breaks na tinatawag. And also we can enjoy other tax breaks as well kung nasa loob ng economic zone. Kasi before, sa Philippine Economic Zone Authority, when you say locator ka ng special economic zone, your produce should be for export exclusively or at least 70% for foreign companies. In our case, we are Filipino company, so 50% should be exported. Meron tinatawag ngayon na domestic market enterprise ang economic zone. So we can still avail of some of the incentives, maybe not all, but we also aim to export, especially our batteries and our electric motors. And also, aside from the jeepneys, our e-trikes. So, doon talaga natin gustong gawin sa Camarines Norte. Then we will have a capacity of 25,000 jeepneys per year dun sa facility na ginagawa natin doon.
Sir, a lot of the jeepney drivers, they said, ayaw na nilang bumili ng bago pa. That's the reason why a lot of them are still riding the old jeepneys or the traditional jeepneys because they can't afford a new one. So aside from building this great design, will you be open to upgrading existing jeepneys?
You know, EZRAH, we have been consulting with transport groups. Kasi alam mo, for 7 decades already, we have been dealing with each other. From my father to me, then yung mga transport groups natin ngayon, pati mga tatay at mga lolo pa nila, magkasama na kami yan sa industriya. So, mahaba na yung mga pinagsamahan namin. So, we always listen to each other. Hindi na rin bago yan sa akin na meron mga nananawagan ng mga mag-remodel, mag-refurbish ng mga jeepneys nila. So, actually, from our point of view, it really depends on the government kung papayagan niya ng government. But in our case, we are trying to help our fellow operators and mga kasamahan natin sa industriya na makakomply sa requirements ng government. So, wala ni isa sa kanila, maski tanongin mo sila, na ayaw mag-drive ng bagong jeep. Lahat sila gusto ng bagong jeep. The only problem is the affordability. Hindi nila kayang bilhin yung bago dahil sa sobrang mahal. Kaya ang ginagawa natin ay pinapababa natin presyo to the point that we are also looking to work with Union Bank actually and among others na mga financing companies and also banks and non-banks to work together so we can have extended loans like instead of 5 years or 7 years we might be able to extend the loan terms up to 10 years or 12 years or even 15 years, depende sa mga ruta. In that way, our transport operators will be able to afford the monthly amortization na meron pa silang mauuwing kita sa kanilang mga pamilya. Because like what my father always say when he was still alive, hindi tayo nagbebenta ng jeep. Ang binibenta natin ay kabuhayan. So, dapat sa binibenta nating jeep, mabubuhay dapat yung bibili sa atin ng mga transport operators. Na karamihan sa kanila ay mga nag-OFW para makabili ng jeep. Then, ang mga anak nila na pag-aral na nila sa college. So, ano ba yung mga ganong kwento na, ano ba, heartwarming na paano mo naman pababayaan yung mga sobrang tagal na nating kasama sa industriya. Diba? So, I'm also so happy because nakakapag-usap kami ng mga ganyan, ng kasama yung mga transport operators. So, ang importante is magkaintindihan kung paano makakapagtulungan.
So when has this design been available? Kailan pa siya naging available? Kasi we know the Public Utility Modernization Program was implemented 2017. When did your design
Mhm.
come out?
Actually, ang ginawa namin noong 2018, when we engaged noong 2017, ang ginawa ko is I created a prototype ng electric jeepney. So, iba pa yung itsura
After
nun.
the
So, yun yung color
2017,
blue.
so after the
Yeah,
2017,
after 2017.
you decided building na.
Yes, so we created the prototype of the electric jeepney. Yung ano pa, yung lumang body pa. Yung lumang body, pero with the measurements na rin nung according to the Philippine National Standards. Itong nakikita mo dito sa background ko ngayon, this is an evolution from that already. This is the latest design that we have created. Ito yung ima-mass produce natin sa assembly line sa Camarines Norte. So, itong design na to, we have created prototypes, but ito yung design na ima-mass produce natin ngayon. So, ito yung lalabas sa market.
Have you submitted your design to the transportation department or the government, or have they reached out to you about your electronic jeepney design? Kasi they just went straight to imports eh. So have you been coordinating with the government at all?
Yes, we are. So, actually, itong bagong design na to, meron na tong endorsement. Hinihintay ko kasi yung ano nito, yung bagong electric motor, pati yung battery modules that we developed here sa Los Angeles. So, kasi kada model, you got to have it approved. Isasubmit mo yun sa DOTR. Then DOTR will endorse that to DOST for checking. So, etong model na to, we already have an endorsement from USEC Steve Pastor ng DOTR for inspection on DOST. So when we finish that, we will proceed with the mass production nitong bagong electric. Kasi dati, meron pa tayong dinevelop na mga diesel na model. But since we are now engaging with full electric, I'm going all in. So hindi na kami gagawa ng diesel powered na bagong Francisco jeepney. We will go full electric.
Sir, I think a lot of jeepney drivers and operators support locally manufactured jeepneys. So hopefully we'll have a lot of support. Do you think the government, on the other hand, will be swayed to compromise and adapt a design such as yours?
Yes, of course. Of course. Alam mo, yung mga mga leaders natin sa government, puro mga Pinoy yan, mga kababayan natin yung mga yan. At one point or another, nakasakay yan ng jeep. Or they have experiences with jeepneys and they have stories to tell about jeepneys. So, even jokes, di ba? Marami mga jokes about jeepneys. So, it's part of our culture. Hindi mo yan maaalis sa puso ng bawat Pilipino, even our politicians. Diba? So, I'm very hopeful and very thankful din sa support ng iba sa ating mga leaders for this, di ba? So, anyway, hindi naman kasi pwede ring sabihin ng government na ito lang ang bilhin mo or yan lang ang bilhin mo because we live in a free country and we are in a free market, di ba? Anybody can sell anything as long as it's compliant and it's approved. Anybody can sell. So hindi rin natin pwedeng pagbawalan ang mga foreign brands na mag-offer ng kanilang mga models. But of course, alam naman ng mga kababayan natin mga Pilipino na yung mga gawa ng Francisco na jeep since from 40 and 50 years ago hanggang ngayon tumatakbo pa rin. So alam nila kung gaano maaasahan ang gawang Pinoy tsaka kung gaano maaasahan sa negosyo or sa kabuhayan nila. So hindi yung bibilin mo ngayon and after 3 years, 6 years, tira na. Di ba? So nandun na yung tiwala ng mga kababayan natin na kapag Francisco yung jeepney, tatagal talaga yan, pang matagalan. So yun yung advantage natin.
Thank you so much,
Yes.
Francisco, Motors owner, Elmer Francisco. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat, Ezra.